So, welcome again back.
Hello, hello.
Can you introduce yourself?
Yes, certainly. My name's Darren Ward, and I'm known for the crime trilogy Sudden Fury, Day of Violence and Beyond Fury. But we're actually here at Weekend Affair this year with a short movie I've made called Passion. And it's, for me, this festival is like a home away from home. You come here, there's so many nice guys every year, Mike and Alma and all the guys, and including your good selves as well. So it's always a treat to come back to Germany and, show my movies. I love it.
What is about in the movie Passion?
Okay, now Passion is a homage to the Italian Giallo. Let's go back. My last movie, Beyond Fury, we kind of wrapped in 2018. So it's the first movie I've shot since Beyond Fury. I've been working very hard on getting a script together for another movie. That's another story. But I've been also in the last couple of years helping some other filmmakers that live local to me in the UK. And I've been doing special effects for them. And they turned around to me last September and said, we're going to do an anthology called Exhibition of Evil. Would you like to direct a short movie as part of that feature? So hence Passion. So I already had a script for a feature Giallo called Passion, but I never quite finished the script. So it was very easy. I went back to the script, took a couple of the set pieces, the gory deaths out, and then with the narrative, you've got a 13.5-minute movie that we shot on a Blackmagic in 4K. With 70s Arri film lenses. And I really, with having a company called Giallo Films, but having never really made a Giallo, it was great to be able to actually make a Giallo. So Passion is, I was born in the 1970s, so I grew up in, with the video boom. So most of the movies I watched as a very young teenager were Italian horror, and so I've always, and when I make movies, like even with my action films, with Beyond Fury and Day of Violence, I always in my mind go back to the Italian films that I grew up watching, the horrors, the exploitation, throw it into a pot, give it a stir with my own sort of style, and I kind of just wanted to give back a very visual over narrative movie. There's not much dialogue in Passion at all. There's about 6 or 7 lines of dialogue. The rest, it's very, the camera tells the story. So very tried to get in the mindset of early Dario Argento and some of the Lucio Fulci, where the camera really tells the story and you can follow that without having to have a lot of dialogue. And Ross here, I had the pleasure of working with Ross Doney for the first time on Passion. So for me, it was a new experience because all the 4 main actors, the 4 actors in Passion, they're all new to me. So I had my original sort of DOP and my effects guys and stuff like that. But it was really nice to be able to sort of work with a bunch of actors I haven't worked with before and put them through their paces and see what we could come up with. And over to you a little bit.
This is my first time working with Darren. Met you back on TikTok Families when you helped out with some special effects on that, or a separate project. But then, this opportunity came up. Offered the role, and I was like, and I had to kind of look at it and went, yeah, why not? It sounded like a challenge I'd never done before, and I'm really trying to hardcore stick my nose back into my primal discipline, which is acting, and just go for it. An opportunity comes up, and I was like, well, he's a great guy. He pitched it to me with this clear vision of every single shot in his head, right? And I went, I've never had anyone describe a movie to me like that before. So I went, yeah, I'm in. 100%. But then we had to come in. There was a lot of intense shooting. It was only one night shoot for me. But we got everything done in one night, which was amazing. Everything was super smooth and efficient, and I was learning every single shot as we were doing it as an actor, craftsman, and finding a different way to fall into a role rather than doing what I normally do, which is like deep diving, psychological deep diving on a character.
Yes.
Whereas this, just show up, let the process take its pace, and then that seemed to really help me kind of nestle into it and kind of really kind of go, just find your skin and just wash away that actor's anxiety you can get sometimes. And then the special effects stuff, a lot of that I hadn't done to that degree, and I didn't know what to. And when they started putting on the jumpsuits and stuff, I went, "Oh, it's going to get real up in here," and it did. Yeah.
So we talk about practical.
Yes, they're all practical. There's no CGI.
No CGI.
No.
So for the sequence, there's a scene in the movie where there's like two lovers in a car that get killed, and so we had to, get the location, get a car that didn't look beaten up and old, and literally no one, the camera, my DOP said, I'm not sitting in the car with all the blood coming over. So I'm like, I put on like a hazmat suit.
All right.
Give me the camera, and I'm sat in the passenger footwell as Ross is stabbed in the neck, and it's I got absolutely covered. Okay. But that's what it's all about.
Yeah, it was so much fun. It was so fun.
Yeah.
To you, Ross, question: are your background more theatre, acting, or more film?
I love that you asked that. Thank you. So I was mainly trained as theatre back in college, and anything outside of that. So I would say I'd started off as a theatre actor. So my primal lesson is like deep dive, stay in character, learn who they are, everything about them before, present, and after, if they don't die, and stay in it. Yeah, that's the big rule for me. Not every actor, that's not a process that everyone has to follow, but it's one I follow. So it helped doing that, especially as it got really tough near the end for me. It was just like stay in the moment, stay in the moment, stay in the moment, stay in the moment, control your mind, control your body, control the tiredness. But then film, I've learned, I really have adapted to film very, very nicely, I think, for myself. It's tough, it's much tougher than stage. Stage is all about projection and presence. This is too, but it's more about the technical side. The more you know about the camera, the better you can display yourself. So I've been learning about, like, you did the thing with like a zoom
blocking. And,
yeah, I had to learn that and learning my parameters of like space to work with get smaller and smaller as it comes in.
Yeah, so like Ross would ask, like, okay, what are you seeing? So there's a particular shot where we had the camera on a slide, looking in through a passenger door through a car as he's sat in the driver's seat, and we basically go from a wide and push into quite close.
Yeah, learning that type of thing.
And it's like for the actor, it's like, well, what you see and where can I move, and it's
what's my playing ground essentially,
And especially with when I film, I like to move the camera a lot. Not just junk. No. Steady cam, dollies, slides, cranes.
That's tracking, movement. And,
because it gives you, even if you're working with a low budget and you've got the technical side, the production value you get from a dolly shot
looks so good.
It gives and plus it allows you to stretch just the confines of your style as a director, because anyone can just put a camera and go shoot cut. To me that's not making a movie. It's just do everything you can. Make it as flamboyant as you can. So it was a very cheap movie. If I told you it cost £750, that's it.
What?
Because we got the land for free, we got the car for free. All the money was on the special effects.
Wow.
I'm being very lucky. Like the effects guys, all my actors, they just jumped in. Yeah, man, I want to work with you. I want to do it. So at the end of the day, £750, and it's. This is our second festival. We had the premiere in March in the UK at Romford. It screens here at Weekend of Fear tonight at 8:15. Next week it's in Canada.
Oh,
then it goes. Then it goes to Wales, back in the UK. Then it's up. It's doing really well. So it's really nice, because as a director, there's no real money in making short movies, but it's nice when you've had a gap to express, just to
scratch that itch.
Scratch that itch, because it being part of an anthology, it will do the festivals and it is part of a bigger movie. But I kind of said as I went in, I want to take passion out of the movie and have it as its own individual short film, because what you've seen or what will get screened will be longer than what's actually in the anthology, because when passion becomes part of Exhibition of Evil, you'll lose the opening credits, you'll lose the end credits, it will be a little bit shorter. So it's just nice to be able to sort of present it, even though it's only 13 and a half minutes. It's nice to present it in its own sort of entirety, you know. Yeah.
Another question to Ross again.
Yeah, go for it.
So you mostly experience this in theater, you say?
Yeah, somewhat.
So
Yeah.
What is for you the most difference in acting for the camera and maybe also challenging?
In film.
Yes.
Ooh,
The difference.
Most difference and challenging. So I had a lot of mental health issues come and go over the last 5-6 years, so my memory isn't the best anymore. I'd say learning lines was the hardest part, kind of regurgitating that in my mind. Okay. Now I'm at a good point where I can do that again, so it's what it's all right, kind of relearning. Within stages, like I said, you've got to be loud and present. So I say with film, you've got to dial that in.
Yes.
And not always be over the top, and then there's certain characters you'd have to be over the top with. So it's like, I'd say, micromanaging your brain.
Yes.
Have a certain level where you can find, but that's what the collaboration's for. You go between yourself and the director. And my process so far is read the script, read it through, hear which role they're looking to put you as.
Yeah.
You go, okay, cool. And then you go away, you find the traits of the character, you come back and you reread it as the traits of the character. So that is my process of getting over those, I'm going to do it too much, and then you listen to your notes feedback. And
Sorry, just to jump in. The other thing was Ross was he was coming to me going, well, I need a little bit of a backstory about my character.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
and I'm like, dude, you sat in a car, you say a couple, you get killed. But no, I need to know. And it's okay, because, you know, not... In the past, usually people just do what's on the screen, and obviously, you know, with previous movies, Giovanni would want, you know, Giovanni Lombardo Radici would like to know his reasoning, and he would like to put an animal to each character he played.
Yeah,
so, like
the techniques.
that's similar. That's similar to stage.
Yeah, and with Ross, he was like, "Why am I in this car?
Yeah.
Why am I sat here? Am I happy? Well, yeah, because you're going to have sex with this great girl. But why am I here? Yeah. Okay, you're cheating on your best friend with his wife, right? And everything's dandy. This is the moment, you know. You've got your post-coital spliff. Everything's grand.
Yeah.
And then you're dead.
And then the rest is all reactionary.
And I guess one other thing, I'm asking you as well as Costa. I mean, between the two, do you find getting your marks on a stage the same as getting your marks on a film set? You know, you've got to go from here to there and there to there.
They're vastly different.
Yeah.
No, there's more freedom in film. From my memory and experience, oh God, no, that's where stage you have to stay in character for the entire time. Because if you muck up, and I have plenty of times, all that stage actors have, where you kind of go, oh, well no, I made a mistake, better cover it up, then remember my mark, where I've got to go. Whereas film, it's a lot more like, I have to hit this mark, or that's going to be out of frame, and you have to reset. And then, so I'd say it's making sure you hit that mark is probably actually the most challenging part of film. Because if you don't, you've got to reset, and then they've got to recalibrate, and then
Wasting so much time. And
the technical side is the hardest part, I'd say. Yeah,
can you imagine? You said a lot of stay in the character. Is this kind of method acting?
Yeah, I mean, you can method act. I'd prefer not to do that, but there's a lot of like Stanislavski naturalism elements you can bring to it. So it's like meeting you halfway with that, because I feel like you can method act, but it will drain you. Yeah, it will drain. If let's say you're doing a heavy scene like that, you're in it all day. You've got to do this for 5 days. Some people can do it. I used to, but I don't do so as much unless it's hyper heavily emotional, and it has to, like, you got to cry and stuff. Then I'll put my mind to a certain place, and then I'll do it, but I'll need like the rest of the day to calm down.
So if I understand it right, you do it partially,
in and out. I prefer. I couldn't do that all day. I think it's pretty brutal.
It's very exhausting.
Yes, and then if, like I say, if you've got another week or so shoot, you can imagine. So I feel like but everyone's process is different.
Yes. I would love to. Every actor has different cocktail, let's say, of techniques.
Exactly.
Using
and you're always learning something new.
Yeah.
So I could learn something new on this one, whereas like kind of dial it down a little bit. That was my like thing. But then again, like you said, I had to have a reason to be in that car, so I could sell it. And when it worked in my head, you know, that's just me. And then Jess, she just came in, boom, did it straight away. I was like, fair play, fair play. I can't do that. That's cool. It's cool. Love working with different types of actors.
Interesting. All right. What is fascinating you about Giallo, and what's your favorites?
My favourite? Oh, that's difficult. I'm going to be torn between Profondo Rosso, opera. It's very different because his style slightly changed, but there's something about, for me anyway, with Dario Argento's Profondo Rosso and opera, they're like go-to movies. One's obviously in the 70s, it has that whole kind of, that whole aesthetic is shot in the 70s. But, I like that for me, the last hurrah for Argento was opera. After opera, his films, for me. I mean, but it's just nihilistic, it's brutal. And with the Giallo, you can go anywhere with the Giallo. I mean, in terms of stories and twists and the red herrings and the convolutedness of the plot lines. I mean, Passion's pretty straightforward as a Giallo because it's short and but I mean, yes, it's great set pieces, beautiful women, gory deaths. I mean, that's what the Giallo was, right? Correct? Yeah. It was more about that than anything else. Yeah. If you watch the good Giallos, you're just hooked. It's the POV, the black gloves. It's everything. It's just so iconic, and and it's the way that it's presented, especially with the masters of the Giallo, with the POV camera work. And everything. It's just, for me, it's got all the elements all the cinematic elements that make a movie interesting. You've got the suspense, you've got is it him, is it her? And the good Giallo, you're kind of talking with whoever you're watching it with. Well, who do you think it is? I reckon, it was all those elements. But I won't lie, as a young man, as a teenager, I loved the gore and I loved the sex and. It was just like, this is great, and now I'm 52. I'm 52 now, and I don't watch so many Giallos, but the ones I love, you never forget them. And like when I'm writing, there's so many movies in that subgenre that I go, oh God, and you can twist it and take it and make it your own, if you know what I mean. Yeah, it was just like one of those genres that I found at an early age because I saw Bird of the Crystal Plumage on VHS back in, 84, 85. And it was something that I hadn't seen before, especially being that young anyway, but it was just like mesmerising. And, and I spent the next 10, 15 years... it was Argento mad, every copy from every different version. This one's 2 seconds longer. Get that one.
There's an extra quarter of a scene.
But so in answer, I just found it a very visually arresting movie premise, the Giallo. With the colour saturations and, as I say, with the stylistic camera work, it's a kind of a genre that kind of just stands out above the others, because obviously the Italians took the success of the American thrillers, and obviously Giallo came from the yellow covers of the Agatha Christie books that were released in Italy back in the 50s, and they all had yellow covers, and yellow is Giallo, so the Italians took that, and that is where the genre of Giallo come from. They took the American thriller, up the violence, up the stylisticness, up the sex, and it just got synonymous with the colour yellow. That's what Giallo is. It means yellow. And it's just because all the Agatha Christie books came out with yellow covers.
All right.
And it's a bit like, the westerns. They took the great, westerns of the John Fords and that, and then made it the right. I mean, Sergio Leone completely reinvented the western with the Italian western with A Fistful of Dollars. So I think, for me, Italian cinema has always been my go-to, but there are many sort of American and other counterpart directors and work that I love. But I'm kind of like an Italian child on movies, I kind of, they're my go-to. That's a very long answer to your question. But.
No, it's good. It's interesting
awesome.
sides to that. Absolutely. All right. So what's your next project?
Wow. I have been working for the last year on a project called LOTTIE. Mm-hmm. It's a massive departure for me in terms of my other features are all angry men killing other angry men and gangsters and in crime and guns and it's not too dissimilar from that, but I kind of turned it on its head. I felt, well, women in my movies have had quite a rough deal. So I thought, wouldn't it be fucking excellent to have a female lead that's kicking ass? So I'll give you a little brief synopsis, okay? So LOTTIE, it starts in the mid-90s. In the UK, in the 80s and 90s, there were a few home robberies, balaclavas, shotgun, give us your money. This happened in the UK. So the movie starts with this family, and it's a 6-year-old girl's birthday. And they're in the house, balloons, cake, everything's lovely. And these two guys just turn up and ring the doorbell, and on opening the door, all their lives have changed. The whole family is just massacred. LOTTIE, who's 6, is throat cut, banging the cake, blood everywhere. Then you get the credit sequence. Then we're in modern day. So LOTTIE, depending on what actress we ultimately get, 30s, late 20s, it makes no difference. But the character of LOTTIE is mute. So there's not a single sound from her. She's completely mute. She shuns the family money because she feels ashamed because she has survived where everyone else is dead. So she's covered in tattoos and piercings. You just leave me alone, sort of thing. And so we get to see a little bit of her adult life, what she does. She lives in a house in squalor with druggies. She just lives in the sewers, kind of, And one day she is just in a convenience store buying something, and a guy comes in and he wants a pack of cigarettes, and it's not his brand, and he says something, and he's got a very particular laugh, and it takes her back. It's the guy that cut her throat when she was 6 years old.
She recognised.
So she follows this guy, and to cut a long story short, they end up having a fight. He's dead. She gets in his car. She's in some, real state. These coordinates flash up on his sat-nav, and she just follows the coordinates. And it takes her to these woods, and there's a clearing. And in the clearing of this, it is a bunker. As she steps out from the tree line to the bunker, whack round the back of the head. The rest of the movie is then underground. So human trafficking, organ harvesting. When the girls are no good, too old, beaten up, they cut them open, take all the organs. Now LOTTIE, who's a mute, she's not Walker, she hasn't got guns, she hasn't got a skill set, she's got to get out. So any way she can do, she'll kill people, and she's got like these metal fangs. There's a scene in the movie, and she's in a goth nightclub with these metal fangs. So in the movie, she puts them back in, and there's like biting people's necks out. There's all sorts of stuff. It's the goriest. It will be the goriest movie I've ever done.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very interesting sounds.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I can't go too far into it, and I can't say too much. But for me, I'm kind of on the precipice of everything changing, because all my movies to now have been independent, low budget. I've not had money over 50,000 before. That's the most I've ever had, is 50,000. I've been very lucky. We've met some producers. It's going around Hollywood at the moment. It's the scripts with Mehr. It's greenlit for 1.2 million.
Wow.
On the contingency that I get a leading lady. I had a meeting last week. We don't care if it goes to 5 million. You get the actors you get, we get the money on pre-sales.
Yeah.
It's such a different ball game to everything I've done till now. So I'm kind of flip-flopping around, waiting to see whether we get 1.2 million or more, or if we don't get a Hollywood actress, it will probably drop back down to 100,000. So yeah, I'm kind of in limbo. Well, the next couple of weeks I'm going to know. We've just got a casting director from Hollywood on board. I had meetings with them last week, and when I get back from here, Weekend of Fear, I should be getting an email with 38 A-listers to choose from, and mid-tier. It's just crazy. The people that it's going to, it's unbelievable.
Wow, this sounds really.
So
amazing.
all I can do, everything crossed.
Yeah.
You know, I've been making films for 30 years now, and I've been close a couple of times, like I am with Lottie, but not like this. And things of, you know, oh, you're going to get 1 million. Oh yeah, and it never happens. And you know, but this is it feels different. Everything's happening. There is a casting director on board. There is money being released for her to get the we could next time we talk.
Wow.
It could be, how did Lottie go? Well, we haven't made it, or we've made it, and I just don't know which way it's going to go. Hopefully it's going to go big, and that's the way it's going.
I hope so.
So we were all lined up because we've got some investment from Ultravisual as well, Thomas and Nick. That was sort of sorted out last year when we were here, and we were trying to match fund that. So we were going like quite low for like 75, 100,000, and as I say, it's just blown up.
Wow, that sounds great.
So I hope it happens, but I'm going to be a realistic realism. It's like, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. There's no point, you know. I'm not that 20-year-old now that would have bit on that carrot. I'm making £1 million movie. It's just like, when I sign something and I'm on set making it, then it happens.
Or it's on the screen in front of you.
But it's all a bit crazy at the moment, Costa. I'll be honest. But yeah, it's greenlit for 1.2.
I wish you the greatest luck, man. It sounds very incredible.
No.
Who's going to hurry up?
So I stretched. It's much larger than it used to be, but it was interesting.
TALKploitation! Des Prost!